Hey, welcome back to the channel where you are fantastic and I am Mr. B, and together we are the fantastic Mr. B. Have you ever seen this meme before and wonder, why is everybody so mad? But why? Well, great question. Today we're going to look at order of operations and we're going to solve the answer ourselves. So let's get going. Okay, let's jump into order of operations, commonly called PEMDAS, and make sure to click subscribe and like. When solving equations, we first want to start with parentheses. Then we want to move on to exponents. After that, we want to solve multiplication or division from left to right. And finally, we want to solve addition or subtraction problems from left to right. Okay, before we get going, I want to highlight one thing that's important for this equation. You can see that the equations are identical except for the very beginning. You can see at the very top you have 7 right next to your parentheses. This just means that you're going to multiply. You don't need to put an operation in between the number or the digit and the parentheses. If you want to, you can, like I did in the middle one. Or at the bottom, some people will use an asterisk or they will use a dot. Okay, for our first problem, we have 7 open parentheses, 9 divided by 3 plus 16 minus 14 end parentheses plus 4 to the power of 2. So my first operation I need to do is in parentheses here, and then I actually have several operations within my parentheses. So whatever is inside my parentheses needs to be done first. And so I then go back through my order of operations. I don't have a parentheses inside of parentheses. I don't have an exponent. And then I look for multiplication or division from left to right. So I see my 9 divided by 3. So 9 divided by 3 equals 3. Everything else drops down. So I'm going to write my 7 parentheses 3. Now I have to do plus 16 minus 14 and parentheses plus 4 to the power of 2. The next set of operations I need to do in order from left to right, I see 2 operations in my parentheses. I need to do 3 plus 16, which equals 19. So that comes down, and then everything else will drop back down. 7 open parentheses, 19 minus 14, and parentheses plus 4 to the power of 2. One more operation inside. I have 19 minus 14, which is 5. And then everything else drops down. So 7. I can put my parentheses there. I usually like to do that. It just shows what my operation is going to be here instead of changing it to a multiplication. Plus 4 to the power of 2. So now that I've done my parentheses, I have to go to my exponents because PEMDAS, P-E, so PEMDAS. So now I need to do my next operation, which is exponents. So I have to do 4 to the power of 2. So if you don't remember, 4 to the power of 2 is telling you to multiply 4 2 times. So 4 times 4, not 4 times 2. If I wanted 4 times 2, I would have just written 4 times 2. So don't get confused by that. This is my workspace, so 4 times 4 is 16. So over here, I put a 16. And then everything else is going to drop down. I have 7 parentheses 5 and parentheses plus 16. My next operation now, I have multiplication and then I have addition. So I need to do my multiplication. So 7 times 5 is 35. And then everything else drops down, plus 16. And finally, I do 35 plus 16, which equals 51. Okay, for our second problem, let's go back to our meme from the beginning, and let's solve that and see who's right. So the first step I'm going to do is my parentheses. So 1 plus 2 equals 3. I make sure I put my parentheses around the 3, and everything else drops down. 6 divided by 2 times 3. The next step I do is order of operations. From left to right is my division. My division comes before my multiplication. So 6 divided by 2 is 3. And my 3 drops down in parentheses. Remember, this means to multiply, and 3 times 3 is 9. So my answer is 9 on my meme. All right, that wraps up order of operations, or PEMDAS. If you have any questions, please leave a comment, and please click like and subscribe. Until next time, this is the fantastic Mr. B. Hey, testing. Hey, welcome back. Why is everybody getting so mad at each other? You can solve a problem with, I don't know, math?